Welcome everybody to like the first 10-minute update of the year of the ox. If you're from
Oh,
the eastern part of the world, this is a new year.
very
I hope it
important.
will be a lucky year for all of you. I
Better year
I
than
think it will
last
be
year.
a lucky year for better than last year. Yeah, definitely better than last year.
Fingers crossed, boys. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. If you guys follow along with us, I think you are very aware that around this time is Chinese New Year because we talk about it constantly with the Lekker keyword updates. Surprise, surprise, is also going to be the focus of this update. So let's start
Classic.
a little bit about the Lekker production first. Simon, you want to share a little bit about what's going on with the Lekker production?
Oh, um, well, we got there's a new blog post out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good blog post. Has lots of information from Calder. Got some good details. So if you care about the good leckers, then you'll want to read that to get all the fine gritty and nitty details.
Oh, can
Um,
somebody share it for me because I can't chat at the moment because my Twitch is.
oh, yeah. I can throw it in. Okay. There we go. So the mass production is done now.
Mhm.
Started this week. Got all the boys produced, and
Nice.
unfortunately, due to Chinese New Year, they are going to be sitting for a couple of weeks in the factory because we
Yeah.
cannot get them shipped out.
Mm-hmm.
So after Chinese New Year, then that's when the shipping we can get them shipped to EU and US and start getting them to people's desks.
Mm. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to finally have it done. Let's say it was it was a bit scary, especially with the Chinese New Year. There were some if you look at the blog post, Colin shares a bit about like some last minute supply issues with the USB cables and the keycaps. For some yeah, for some well, it's not for some reason. I think the cable factory and the keycaps
Some
were
unknown
around the
reason.
same, were like in the same region, and there were like some new like COVID cases there, and a lot of the workers just decided to like get the hell out, basically. So that's why they had like a big delay there. But it's finished now, and I think in the blog post, let me see, let me get this right. Oh yeah, so for every all the orders starting with int, which means like, oh, you're either in Europe or not in the US or Canada. The first possible boat departure date to the Netherlands is on the 8th of March, with the planned arrival date of the 1st of April. So the 1st of April is like the earliest date the boat will arrive here in the Netherlands or somewhere in Europe, which means that usually we can ship or start shipping around 1 week after the boat arrives, if customs is all okay. And then for the US, they'll probably follow a similar timeline. We're not, I think Color is still figuring out the details of the US shipments, but usually the US boat to the US is a little bit faster. But then you can kind of expect like shipping or Lekker keywords to start shipping from the start of April. So that is like the final date. There's also a little bit of there was let's see. Oh yeah, so God also said 5% of the keyboard were not completed due to a lack of materials because we had a lack of top plates, I believe. I think it's top plates. We're gonna get a better report after Chinese New Year. It was I assume for the factory it was kind of stressful to get everything done, so we haven't gotten the full report yet. Um, but what we're expect is going to happen is that after Chinese New Year, they're going to like get the last few materials, and then we're gonna express ship those directly to the Netherlands. So this is only about for the international orders. So I think what's going to happen is that the majority of the keyboards are going to be on the boat, and then for the last few percent that have this top plate shortage, they'll be shipped by air later. And I think that is kind of it for the Lekker. I think last interesting part of the blog is like we have this. Normally we would do this whole vlog and all these nice updates, right? And now we just have this one crappy picture.
Yeah. So sad. So sad.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, COVID.
Thanks, COVID. Yeah, we asked them to make some pictures of the production line so we could share them in our blog, and we just got this. We just got 3 pictures, I think, and two.
They all show basically the same thing.
Yeah, and then 2 pictures also showed the packaging, which we've been trying very hard to keep a secret, so we can't even show those. No.
Super duper secret.
Anyway, so that's it for the Lekker Keeper update. Let's jump a bit to our favorite part, utility. Simon, can you talk a bit about what happened early this week? What's up with version 3.6 and why are there so many beta updates?
our favorite release v3.6.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been lots of very small changes coming through the pipeline. So far, well, it's looking things are looking pretty good now. Like if you've been keeping up with the changelog for the betas, you would have seen that quite a lot of the changes are fairly minor because we are finally kind of getting close to. Well, we hope we are there already for it being ready to enter the stable/public Wootility build, so that is the default one you get when you download Wootility.
Yeah.
And no longer a check the pins in Discord beta. So that is pretty exciting, and it's kind of like it's the changes are I feel very excited about everything we've done. It's kind of really brought up the kind of quality of the user experience of Wootility, at least in the current iteration, to be quite considerably better. And once 3.6 is in stable and public release, then we will be dedicating the vast majority of our time to developing Wootility v4, which will be the first release that will support Lekker and HE, and it's going to be hopefully going to be pretty good. We've got lots of exciting things we want to do, and hopefully it will everyone will be as excited as we are for them.
We talk a lot about move my mouse. Oh,
it's
Erik.
probably...
Yeah, that's Erik.
Erik,
Erik, move your mouse. So like you said, 3.6. So 3.6 is our latest utility update that is in beta right now. We kind of set ourselves the goal to that this will be like our, let's say, our final pre-Lekker update. And not saying that this is the final update for Wooting 1 and 2, but more like, okay, before we focus on all our software attention on these new features, like this is like our last stable update that we want to just make sure that it runs well for a longer time, for let's say half a year or something like that, before we do another big update as soon as half a year is actually kind of long. A few months, let's say, before the Lekker
hopefully
ships.
A few months.
Yeah. So that's why if you look at the changelog of 3.6, there's a ton of stability and bug fixes in there, because we everything that we get questions about or requests about, we just add all of that to this 3.6 update. So we're pretty happy with how it's turned out. Yeah. But there's there's this one issue that is something we can't fix,
nagging,
and that has to do with the Ryzen CPUs. We're getting a lot of
more specifically the Ryzen chipset.
In the Ryzen chipset, exactly.
Ryzen motherboards.
Yeah, and the Ryzen motherboards. So one of the things we notice now on Discord, like if you are active on our Discord, you probably notice that there's a ton of people coming in with questions, mostly related to Fortnite, of course. We've been able to fix, at least help a lot of those with our a better gamepad tester, a better controller setup, and some better guides and stuff like that. But now what we kind of run into is that one of the issues we can't really fix is USB issues with Ryzen chipsets. And this is kind of still an ongoing topic. We don't really know how to best resolve them. The best we kind of know is that, okay, you have like a certain set of USB ports, and just try to get it in one that is directly connected to your CPU. Am I saying that correct?
Yeah, yeah. The CPU
Yeah. So
USB controlled ports are the ones that have the highest likelihood of success. Anything that is
yeah,
like the motherboard controls has problems generally. But
yeah,
it's what we've noticed is like this is I need to call out for like Rocky. He's been doing a lot of research on this and like doing a lot of
mm,
deep dives. So a lot of the information comes from him, and then also I
yeah,
think Quintosh and Dag both
yeah,
doing a lot
yeah.
of
Quintus and Diego as well. Yeah,
yeah, doing some trying to figure out what's going on here. But
yeah,
it seems like the vast majority of issues have been around people with X570 or B550
hmm,
motherboards. Those seem to be the ones that most common have problems, and
yeah,
it is it's not something that like it's just like it's a known problem with those motherboards, but it does
hmm,
seem that yeah, so someone just mentioned like Exonia in mentioned about a Gesa update in chat. So that does seem to be like if you have updated your BIOS with those changes, because I, for example, have a B550 motherboard, and a lot of the BIOS updates have been around updating Gesa. So
mm,
those it's pretty important to get those updates to ensure the stability of USB on Ryzen or any
yeah,
sort of those motherboards, because it seems to be quite problematic. And so I think someone asked like what type of problems. It seems to be mainly one of the most obvious problems is the X input, so like the Xbox controller emulation just does not work at all.
yeah,
It just completely breaks.
yeah.
Um, that is the biggest issue.
Mm,
Um, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's really annoying. It's also very like from what I see from people, like it also feels pretty random sometimes. Like they would just reboot and it works and it doesn't work, and it's really annoying. But then to just kind of summarize the best
Mm,
uh, kind of, let's say, solution we've got now is just make sure your stuff's up to date. Like maybe there's an update that will fix it, and then try to like use the direct or the USB ports that are directly connected to your CPU, and then only use the keyboard on those ports. That is also important.
yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
do that,
There's
then
a lot of
mhm,
ah. Oh well, Rocky has got a lot of like well, kind of collated a lot of information about like the kind of general strategies to go with if you run into these problems,
yeah,
and those are on Help Scout, or it's like the wooting.helpscoutdocs.com, I think,
yeah,
and you can find the kind of like the summary of what Rocky is found to be the kind of like best approach to try and resolve these problems.
yeah. Yeah, in general, if you have like if you're experiencing issues with the keyboard and you have a Ryzen CPU, just hop on Discord. We have a lot of people like
Yeah.
also trying to research, like taking note of like which motherboards have the issue, and then it will also help us to so first of all help you, but also to gather more info so we can set up better guides in general for it, because it's just an annoying issue that doesn't really seem to have a good fix. So if you have the issue,
Mm.
hop on Discord, we'll get you covered. So okay, I think that's kind of it for our 10-minute update of today. So if you're on YouTube, check out our Twitch live stream in 2 weeks again. This 10-minute update is just a small part of our bigger stream party. So yeah, that's it.